meaning of morphology? Okay, fine, I'll tell you. The external features. When we study about anyone, that is the external features. The study of external feature of plant's organ. External feature of plant's organ. Remember the word. External feature of the plant's organ and its modification. Because modification is equally important to survive in any environment. And its modification, or you can say adaptation. Remember, external feature is morphology, internal is anatomy. When we talk about the cell structure, the cell membrane, anything, that is the anatomy. We are studying the inside things of the some organism. If we study the outside characteristics like my skin, my eyes, my hairs, my outer body parts, that is the morphology. Outer organs, about my fingers, nails, these are the outer organs. So external feature of plant's organ and its modification, adaptation, we will be studying in the morphology. So now you will be thinking the plants, what organ the plants are having. Plants also have many organs. They have root system, they have shoot system, they have leaves. Well, yes, definitely they have leaves. They have fruits and seeds. Anything else which is fall in the category? Anything which I have missed? Any plant organ? Tell me, Farhan, any organ I have missed in this? Farhan, why? I missed the flower. Where is the flower? Flower is also the organ, right? Flower.
Ma'am, fruits come from flower, right?
No, flower become fruits, but first the flower is equally important. If flower is not there, fruit will not become. So it's a flower. These are the different organs which we have to study in the morphology, and that to the outer structure. Morphology. Always remember, morpho means outer, logy means study. External features study either in plants or in the animals. It's the morphology of that particular organism. Anatomy means internal study about the cell structure, the plasma membrane, the organelles, what the cell is doing. That is fall under the category of anatomy. If you want, you can note it down in the paper quickly. Now, we will see these organs, okay? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Very easy. Nothing. Plant is among the very easy organism. Nothing to study. Only little bit of detail, and you will score the full marks in that. Okay. Before we start the organs, I just wanted to discuss about. Do you know how the plant grow? How plant grow? Any idea? How plant grow? If you will not discuss, then how do I know what knowledge you are having? How plant grows? Do they grow from seeds? Yes or no? Do they need seeds to grow? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
So first, before moving to this system, I need to discuss one thing very important, and that is the, just mark this important, and I will let you know what you have to write it down. I will also discuss this after, But before we have to discuss what is, because we have to discuss the dicots and the monocots. So before that, you should know what are the dicots and what are the monocots. You have seen the seeds. If we will talk about, oh, very bad diagram. If we will talk about the gram seeds, the black chana or the pea seeds, this is the structure of the gram seed, okay? Gram, or you can say the black chana or any chana. I am taking the black chana. You can take the pea seed, matar ka dana. Matar ka dana, the pea seed, the green color, it's of this size, small pea seeds. When you will open them, you have never realized they contain a small plant in them, a very small, like this. This is the actual structure when you open the seed, okay? So what they are having, these are the cotyledons. Listen very carefully. These are the cotyledons. Why they have this cotyledon? Can anyone just tell me what is the role of cotyledon or what are the cotyledons? Can anyone just tell me? Farhan, I think you know what.
They provide food to
Supply food for the growth of the plant.
for the growth of the plant from the seed.
Very good. Because seed is a living thing. They also need energy. Bonvita like boost your secret of my energy. So they also need some energy. From where they will get that energy? The cotyledons. They are storing the food for that small plant, but because whenever they get time or whenever they get favorable condition, they have to germinate. And till the time they started their germination, they still need food. So from where they are getting? These cotyledons. So we can write the cotyledons are for storage of food. It's a boost your secret of their energy. Storage of food. These are the cotyledons. Now there are two cotyledons. The one cotyledon and the two cotyledons. So they are known as dicotyledons, right? Di means two, dicotyledons, and in short, we will say it's a dicot. Two cotyledons. It's a dicot. There is no difficulty what are the dicots and the monocots, but the thing is, you have to know the basic, the first step. What are the, you will always talk about dicots, monocots, but students don't even know what is the actual feature, why we call them a dicots. Why? Because of this, we call them a dicot. They are having two cotyledons. Yes, very good. If they will have only one cotyledon, then this is known as monocot. Means mono means one. Monocot plant, dicot plant. This is the difference between monocot and the dicot, depending on the how many cotyledons they are having. And maximum, or you can say every plant is divided into only two or one, monocots or the dicots. Okay. Now you can see this structure. This structure, this which I have marked. These are the embryonic axis. This is embryonic axis. Remember, this is the axis full. This is the embryonic axis full in between the line which I have made. From here, this part. This is the shoot generation. Shoot will be formed here. Plumule. We will give the word plumule. It's a shoot generation. Whenever you will germinate the seed or whenever you will give the seed favorable condition, the shoot will grow and the root will grow. From where the shoot is growing, always remember, from the plumule of the embryonic axis, shoot will grow. Always remember. Now, from where the root is going? Root is growing from this part, the radical part. The radical part, the root is growing. Okay, I will just rub this because we know it's a dicot, so I can rub this. From the radical parts, this is the plumule region, this is the radical region. Root system will be from the radical. Is this much is clear? Any doubt till here? Any doubt? Copy down this structure quickly. Copy down this structure, only this structure, okay? No need to make this upper part. Only this structure and no need to make monocots also. This is for your knowledge. Or you want, you can write it down. The monocots are only having the one cotyledons and dicots have the two cotyledons. That's why they are known as monocots and that's why they are known as dicots. Done. In the side, you can just make the columns monocot and the dicot. A short column and just write down the short note. In the monocots, write it down. They are having only one cotyledon. That's why they are monocot. Dicots, they have the two cotyledon. Cotyledon means they store the food. They give energy to the growing plant. They give energy. You can write down. Provide energy. Done? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now, before moving to the other part, I would like to tell you a very interesting thing about the plants. You have seen the roots can be grow from the any part of the plant. Example, the banyan tree. I will show you the images, don't worry. From the banyan tree, the roots are coming from the branches. In the sugar cane, the roots are coming out from the stem. Okay, so the roots can be come from the different part of the plant. In the bryophyllum, you have studied in the 10th class, the reproduction chapter. Bryophyllum, the roots are coming out from the leaf. So, but there is one condition. There are true roots, there are the false roots. True roots means the roots which are coming out from the radical part are known as true roots. Write down. They are known as true roots. If the roots are coming out from the particular region that is meant for them, the radical part, they are known as true roots. Mark this important. If you get the question about the true roots, they are forming from the radical without any second thought. Now, if the roots are not forming from the radical, if roots will not form from the radicals, for example, I'm writing here, in banyan tree, roots coming out from the branches. In sugarcane, Roots coming out from the stem, bryophyllum. Roots coming out from the leaves. These roots are known as adventitious roots. These are known as adventitious roots.
Ma'am, is that true root or a
It's a false roots because they are not coming from the radical. They are not coming from the radical. If the roots, because the radical is present below the soil, exactly, they are not present in the stem, they are not present in the branches, they are not present in the leaves. They have the particular structure which is present below the soil. I will explain this. And that is the roots originating from the radical. Those roots are the true roots, but these roots, they are coming from the branches, they are coming from the stem, they are coming from the leaf. This is not the root system, this is the shoot system. Above the soil, the roots are meant to be below the soil. So these are the known as adventitious roots, or for your information you can write it down, they are the false root. Okay, you can also call them false root, but the exact biological name is the adventitious roots. Always remember, roots coming from radical, true roots. Roots not coming from radical, coming from other parts of the plant. Write it down. Roots coming from the other parts of the plant. Other parts of the plant. Are known as adventitious roots. Always remember, radical, true roots. Not the radical, they are talking that, suppose, if they will give you the question, listen to me first. The tree, from where the roots are coming out from the branches. What type of root are them? Or what type of root is these? Answer is, they are the adventitious roots, because because the radical is present below the soil. Below the soil. Branches, stems and leaves are the shoot system. If the roots are coming out from them, then it's a adventitious roots, or you can say false root. Any doubt in this? Now I'll show you the images, don't worry. It's the best part to see the image. See here, the banyan tree. Can you see the roots coming out from the branches? Can you see the image?
Yes, ma'am.
It's an adventitious root because they are not coming out from the plumule. Now, sugarcane, can you see the roots coming out from the stem region? Farhan, Trevor, Lina, can you see roots coming out from the stem? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the adventitious roots, because I'll show you one more image. See here, the primary root. Can you see this? This image is exactly present in your NCERT book. We will discuss this point also. The primary root is the root arising from the radical. That's the true root. Radical is responsible for the formation of this root. The root coming out from the branches, leaves and stems, they are not the true root. They are the adventitious roots. I don't want anyone to forget these things, okay? Question can be asked on the any point. Everything is present in your NCERT. So just concrete in your brain that false root, which are not coming from the radical, they are coming from the any parts of the plant except the radical. If the roots are coming out from the radical, only those are the true roots. Okay. This part is clear. So next we will see. Yes. Okay. Now we will discuss little more about the monocots and the dicots. Everything present in your NCERT. Read it down. Okay. You have to read the NCERT at least in 2 digits. In your NCERT, they are talking about the flowering plants. What are the flowering plants known as? What name has been given to the flowering plant? In 10th also you have studied that name. Angiosperms. Did you remember? Angiosperm, sexual reproduction part. Angiosperm. Angiosperm. We will be talking about the angiosperm. Everyone is feeling lazy. Morning hour, right? Angiosperm. They are the flowering plants. The plants which produce flowers are known as angiosperm. Always remember, there are around 300,000 species of angiosperm. 300,000 means 3 lakh species of angiosperm. Now, angiosperms are divided into 2 parts. Dicot plant and the monocot. You know now, dicot means they have 2 cotyledons. Monocot means only single cotyledon. Okay. Now can you explain me what next point we can discuss on the feature of dicots and the monocots? Anyone can tell me? I have told you they have the 1 cotyledon and the 2 cotyledons. Can anyone just tell me any more feature of dicots and the monocots? You observe so many plants and trees in the environment, so many. So how you will distinguish that these are the monocots and these are the dicots? You are the biology students. You should have this knowledge. How you will distinguish between them? Trevor? Farhan? How you will distinguish that these are the monocots and these are the dicots?
Dicots will have 2 cotyledons, monocots 1 cotyledon.
That how you will know that that plant is having only 1 cotyledon and that plant is having only 2 cotyledons? How?
Ma'am,
Yes,
monocot leaves contain parallel veins and dicots have branched veins.
okay, means only the dicots are having branch, monocots will not having the branches. That's not the point. Branches are even present in the money plants. Think. Plants which having the thick trunk, the big plants, thick trunk, bark on them are falls under the category of dicot. The thick plant, the mango, the banyan trees, ashoka tree, those are the dicots. Thick plant, thick trunk, thick bark, and the huge plants, dicot plants. Always remember the big huge plants are the dicot plant. I'll show you the image. Because whenever we see the plants, we are always seeing the outer structure. See, big plant, thick stem, thick roots. We cannot see the roots. Thick stem, thick bark. The brown color bark, the trunk region is thick. That are the dicot plants. See here, these are the dicot plants. Dicot, thick stem, a brown or black color layer, the bark. Those are the dicot plants. Next time you see a plant, call them, they are the dicot plants. And what about the monocots now? These are the monocots. Herbaceous plant, grasses, wheat, rice, which is having the green stem. They don't have the brown stem or the thick stem. No, they will always have these soft green stems. They are the monocot plants. Dicots is thick plant, thick trunk, bark, brown color bark, and they are very big in size. The mango tree, the banyan tree, they are the dicots. Monocots, very small, very soft, green stem, small in height, everything. And those are the monocot plants. Is this clear to you? Is this clear to you? Now can you distinguish between dicots and the monocots? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is this clear to you? What are the monocots look like and what are dicots look like? I
Yes,
want
ma'am.
answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So you can write it down in the dicots. They are having the very thick stem and the bark, the outer layer. They have very thick stem and the bark. Dicots. Example, mango tree, banyan tree. Quickly write it down in the dicots. Rough for your knowledge. Monocots, they have thin stem, green in color, herbaceous plants. Example, wheat, rice, grasses. Those are the monocots. And why we are studying dicot and monocots? Now you will understand that why I have told you this whole story about monocots and dicots. Because we have to study the types of root system, and the roots are depending on the size of the plants. Bigger the size, bigger the root. Smaller the size, smaller the root. Okay? Now we will be seeing the type of root system. Our first organ is roots. First organ is root. And in the root, we have to see the types of root, the region of roots, and the modification of the roots. No need to write, everything is present in your readers. Now we will start the types of root. In the types of roots, what we have to see? We have to see the true roots. That's why I told you. True roots and adventitious root. You know what are the adventitious root and you know what are the true roots. True roots forming from the radical part. Radical part are the true roots. The roots which are growing from all the other organs rather than the radical. Growing from all other parts than radical. That's why we have discussed the true roots and the adventitious roots. Okay. Now, exactly the types. The taproot. I will discuss what is the taproot and the fibrous root. Taproot and the fibrous root. Okay. Now, we will see the taproot first. Where should I write? Is this okay? Taproot. First, we will discuss about the root. See, this is the soil, okay? The roots will grow like this, right? We have made the diagram since childhood. This type, the root is like this. From the root, we have this type of growth. Yes or no? Everyone is so lazy, in afternoon lazy, morning lazy, lazy. Next time, if on the Fridays, next I will let you turn on all your videos and then I'll take the class. So I should know what my students are doing, okay? From the next Friday, you have to turn on your video so that I can see you, that what are you actually doing. Okay, next class, next Friday, be prepared for that. This is the root system. So now, this is the primary root, main root, primary root, this big one, this one. That is the tap root, tap. Remember the word tap. Tap gives us water. So the plant will having the one main root which will go deep inside the soil to get the water from the soil, underground water, the tap roots. Why I am telling you this? I'll let you know. And these are the secondary roots. You can write here it's a tap root. It's a secondary or the lateral roots. Now, there is one more interesting thing in the roots are present. The root hair. Those are the unicellular parts, the single cell. They are not visible with the eyes, okay? Only the microscopic root hairs are present. Then those are not visible very clearly because they are the single cellular, the microscopic. These are the root hairs. Single cellular. The things which you are seeing on the roots are the lateral roots, which is visible as a root hair. No, those are the secondary roots, the lateral roots. This you can see, but the actual root hairs are not visible from the eyes. They are the microscopic, single cellular, unicellular. Quickly make the diagram, rough diagram. Make the rough diagram. This is the tap root system. Tap root system. Done? Okay, fine. Now I have told you about the modifications, okay? The dicots, the monocots, we have already discussed that part. Now can you tell me which type of plants will have this root system? Monocots or the dicots? Just guess. Guess. Lina, can you guess? Monocots or dicots? Okay, dicots. Lina is saying dicot. Farhan, what do you think? Monocots or the dicots? Farhan, I want the answer. Farhan, are you in the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why are you not answering? You want me to tell you to switch on your video? Why are you not answering? This special class we have kept for you
Ma'am,
students.
it's monocot.
You are saying it's these type of taproot system is present in dicots or the monocots. My question is this. Just tell
Ma'am,
me.
monocot.
Okay, Farhan is saying monocot. Trevor, what do you
Ma'am,
think?
dicot.
Okay, dicot. Karen, what do you think?
Ma'am, I think dicot, ma'am.
Dicot. Okay, fine. Yes. Why dicot? Oh, wait. Why dicot? Because the dicots, think about the dicots which I have told you. They have the thick stem, right? They are the big plants. So they need that much root system to hold them. Big plants, big tree. See, we always make the structure of tree like this. This is our tree. So, if this is the soil, they need equally strong roots for their support. And they need more water, more nutrients, everything they need more. They are the huge trees. So what will happen? They have the huge taproot system. This is the taproot system. And I told you these are the dicots. If the question will come, which type of plants have the taproot system? Always think about this image, dicots, because they need strong support system. Strong. The root is providing the strong support system. Strong support system. They need more water. So they have to dig deep inside the soil to get the more water for the plant. Imagine the plant, a huge plant. So always remember, taproot is from dicots plant. They provide the support to the plant. Strong. Any doubt in this? This is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Taproot? Okay, fine. Now we will see the fibrous roots. Fibrous root. What do you think from the word fibrous? This is the soil. This is the plant. You know, there is very interesting thing in those plants, the monocots. Very interesting thing happens to them. As I told you, radicle is important. Radicle is meant for the formation of the root. So what happened in the monocots? First, listen very carefully. First, root will definitely arise from the radicle because radicle is meant for formation of the root. See here. The root is, this is the true root, arise from the radicle. After some time, this root will die. After some time, this root will die. The true root has now dead. But plant need root because roots is the important part. They are getting the water, nutrients, minerals from the soil. So what happened? The stem which is present, see, I have made the stem inside the soil. This is the soil. I have made the stem inside where the taproot has been vanished. The taproot is dead now. So now the plant will grow like this. The stem. Instead of taproot that is dead, new roots will come out like this. And these are known as fibrous root. Now the stem will grow, the root are known as the fibrous root. Now just tell me, These fibrous root are the true root or the adventitious root? Tell me. These are the true root or adventitious root? Yes, Farhan.
True root.
True
True
roots.
root.
Lena, what do you think? Are these true roots or adventitious roots? Karen?
Ma'am, adventitious.
Okay. These are, my dear, adventitious root. I told you the root developed from the radical is dead now. Now the roots are coming out from the stem part.
But the radical, right? It's
No.
roots below the soil are true
Radical,
roots, right?
the radical part is to make the root. Okay, after that, radical work is over. The main root has come out. Now we will count the root. After some time, the main root, which was developed by the radical, that main root is dead now. Main root from the radical is dead. But plant need to survive. So the stem will be modified into root. That too is the fibrous. These are the adventitious roots. Why I have told you the adventitious root? Suppose if the system was like this, one main root and from there the so many fibers are coming. So this will be fall under the category of taproot because they are having the one primary root like this, one primary root which is formed from the radical, the true root, and from here the lateral roots are coming like this. This is the true root, taproot, dicots, monocots. This radical which have formed the root, that root will die after some time. So now the role will be done by the stem which is present inside the soil, the fibrous root, adventitious roots. Is this clear to you now, Farhan? Still doubt, Trevor? Still doubt?
Oh, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay, fine. So always remember, monocot, they have adventitious root system and that to the fibrous. Dicot, they have the tap root system because they are the big plants or big trees. They need more water, more nutrient. Monocots are the small plants. How much water they will need? Small amount. That can be present here there also because we used to give the water. Sometime rain falls, okay? So they need less water. So it can be present on the upper part of the soil. They don't have to go or dig deep inside the soil in the search of the water and nutrients. But the dicots, they are the strong plants. They need support also. So the roots are doing the many roles, support system, getting water and nutrients from the deep from the soil because they need huge amount of water, huge amount of nutrients. But these monocots are the small plants. They can manage. So always remember, monocots first. Yes, radical arises the root. That is the main root, true root. After some time, that root die. Instead of that, the stem will now modified as a root like this, and that is known as the fibrous root. And because the root is arising from the stem, those are known as the adventitious roots. Always remember, the question can come on this 100%. Is this clear? All of you, any doubt in this? Please let me know if you have any doubt till now. Any doubt? Farhan, Karen, Lena, Trevor, perfectly clear? You can now answer my question in the next class if I will ask you. No response.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
It's clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now we will quickly see the region of roots. Very easy. Root is the very easy part. Nothing we have to do. I have cleared all your doubts. Always remember dicots, monocots, true roots, adventitious roots. Everything is depending on those 4 points. The region of plants. After this, I will stop the class. You have other class also. Region of the plants. See the diagram which is present in your NCRT. It's a very simple part. Remember the meristematic tissues? 9th class? They are the young cells. They are continuously growing cells. They have thin cell wall. They don't have vacuoles. They have dense cytoplasm. Can you recall these points? Meristematic tissues? Remember the meristematic tissues? Okay, ma'am. Who remember 9th class? Long back. They are the young growing cells. They have dense cytoplasm. Write it down. They have dense cytoplasm. No vacuole. They have thin cell wall. Because they have to continuously dividing. They have to divide continuously. Remember these points, students, 9th class. So now, meristematic cells, they are present at the tip of the root and the tip of the shoot. Apical meristem. Remember the word apical meristem? Tip of the root and the tip of the shoot. There they are present. The region of meristematic activity. Region of meristematic activity. Why they are present here? Because they have to increase the size of the roots. They will keep on dividing, and the size will be keep on growing. So now this is the meristematic tissue. So what will be this? The cells here are still elongating. Means this is the region of elongation. Region of elongation. Because they are the meristematic cells. So these cells will be now elongating and getting their converted into the permanent tissue. Remember the permanent tissues? Collenchyma, sclerenchyma, parenchyma. Remember those tissues? These are getting now into permanent because these cells are become the meristematic. They are growing and these cells have lost the property of meristematic. They have to become the permanent now. Now, there is one more region. This have already matured and formed the permanent cells. Collenchyma, sclerenchyma, parenchyma. This is known as region of maturation. They have matured. Region of maturation. Now, one very important thing. Whenever you will be asked the question about root hairs, always remember your head is having big hairs, okay? Rest of the body is not having this big hairs, okay? Imagine if your hands are having this big hairs, what will happen to your hand? If your stomach, your back is having this big hairs, no. So same with the plants. They only have the root hairs in the maturation region. Always remember. Question has came in on this topic. The root hairs present in the region of maturation, only in the region of maturation. Is this part is clear? This part is clear? Okay. Now there is one more top point is the root cap. It's a root cap. Why it's a root cap? Nothing. It's just to protect the root, because root have to go deep inside, so it can be affected from the harsh environment, the soil. So that's why this root cap is present for the protection of root. No much role for the protection of root. Okay, finish. Only one part is left, that is the root modification. We will continue in the next class. Now, frankly, is this still here the things are clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everything is perfectly clear. You can now easily go through the questions. Always remember, the root hair is the very favorite topic. They will definitely ask, on which region of the root hairs are present. Always remember your head. They are having the big hairs. So this is the head of the root. Root hairs are only present here. Rest of the body, not that big hairs are present. Region of maturation. They are matured. They are permanent. Now they can do anything. Freedom to do everything. Okay then, students. Then we will meet on next Friday, continuing this topic again. If you get time, revise. Okay, it's better to revise regularly than to put the burden on one day. Okay then. Thank you, students. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy and study hard, all of you. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Take care.